The stories you heard are just a few examples of how our profession is the most caring and compassionate profession of all. The first time I watched that video was at the AHCA convention in October. Much like today, it was part of the opening ceremony and opening session for the day. As I sat there and watched that video and then listened to Mark Parkinson, the president and CEO of AHCA, Michael Wiley, the outgoing chair of the board of AHCA, tell their personal stories, I was so motivated and inspired. And I wondered, what could I do to make a difference? I needed to tell my story about why I care. So I have to tell you, I hope that today we can all share our why I care stories and also some words of encouragement that I hope will help you be able to tell that story. I started thinking, was there just one experience that I could pinpoint that was why I care? Should I try to make it maybe 3 or 4 experiences about why I care, what my story might be? Was there a specific encounter with a resident? What about a fellow staff member who had inspired me? There are many of those. As I started trying to pinpoint what it was, I realized that there was no specific story or reason that I could tell. I couldn't do it because there wasn't just one person. There wasn't 3 or 4 episodes. It is a compilation of people and episodes. By the show of hands, how many of you, as you were sitting in high school or even in your first couple of years of college, were sitting there and all you could think about was, gee, I can't wait to grow up, finish school, and become a nursing home administrator? Show of hands. Oh, man. Oh, got one. Okay. Got a couple. That's great. Well, guess what? That wasn't exactly the path I was on either. But as 36 years have gone by since I took my first job in a nursing home, and after 36 years of serving Georgia seniors, it has become and has always been my life, my passion, and it is my calling. And I think each and every one of us, if we truly stick with this, and this is what we are in tune with, it becomes those things for you. It becomes your life, it becomes your passion, it becomes your calling, it becomes your love. Honestly, I kind of got into this by happenstance. Like I said, I didn't plan to grow up and become a nursing home administrator. I was looking for a job, found one as a receptionist / bookkeeper at a nursing home that had not just elderly, but also younger cerebral palsy patients. This was all new to me. I had never been exposed to anything like that before in my life. However, as I started to get to know these folks, to love these folks, to care about these folks, and to understand how important this profession was, something happened. I realized that I needed them as much as they needed me. And that is a beautiful thing. So following that first job, I worked in various capacities within long-term care and finally became an administrator. I have a million stories about special residents and colleagues that have touched my heart and been a part of my life. They've been a part of my family's life. Over the years, I've had the honor to take care of family members, my own grandmother, friends, even co-workers, and not to mention all the other residents that I have been fortunate enough to have touched my life. So how could I even begin to narrow it down? Why I Care has many facets. I have 36 years of Why I Care stories, so many that if I began to tell them all, we'd be here till next week. So every story I think of, though, and every moment and every experience, there's one thing that it echoes back to. It's all about the resident. Every one of those stories, every memory, every one of those experiences is about the resident. I care because I love all the residents I've served throughout the years, and I want to ensure that all elderly Georgians receive the highest quality of care that they so rightly deserve. It is this love and passion that called me to become a leader in GHCA. It's because I care. This association and the work we do is so important to me. I ran for the chair of the board position because I have a passion for making a difference in the lives of my residents. I am proud to be a part of this organization alongside long-term care health professionals that remain dedicated to our mission to enhance the lives of those we serve. I'm inspired by all of the caring and compassionate people sitting in this room, and I can't wait to hear your I Care story. Further, I care about the future of long-term care in the state of Georgia. The U.S. Census projects that Georgia's over age 85 population will grow by 83% from 2010 to 2030. This will be the highest growth rate in the Southeast. This anticipated growth in Georgia's aging population will cause challenges that are of magnitudes we can't even begin to fathom. It's never been more important that we ensure we have the resources necessary to continue providing care to those folks that we serve. This means we must continue and even redouble our efforts. I encourage each of you to meet with your elected officials, invite them into your buildings for a tour. Call them up on the phone and ask them to come by one day. I also encourage you to support your GHCA PAC. Your support of our advocacy efforts have never been more critical to help us continue to ensure that the voices of Georgia's long-term care providers and the residents we serve are heard. We must remain committed to carrying the fight and to get the funding on the state and national levels so our patients can receive the care they rightly deserve. I also urge you to continue to attend GHCA conventions. Make sure that you take care of make sure that you get all that you can from the education sessions that we have. Finally, I hope you'll consider becoming more involved with GHCA. I encourage you to join a committee. Consider running for a leadership position. Participate in your local council meetings in the spring and the fall. Be a voice within this great association. We face many challenges, from constant threats to burdensome regulations to the negative public perceptions perpetuated by the sensationalized news stories. But we have also experienced success. We've made huge strides to make quality advancement in our state and are a powerful voice under the Gold Dome. We continue to advocate for our residents and for this profession. As your chair, I'm proud of all that we have accomplished, and I look forward to all we can accomplish in the future together. That's why I care. And now we want to hear it from you. Each one of you in this room has a story to tell, and you probably have as many as I have. Help us tell that real story about long-term care in our state. Please take the time to visit the Why I Care selfie booth. It will be open tomorrow from 3:30 to 6:30 in the Haygood reception room, and then again on Tuesday between 11:30 and 2:30. Share your reason for caring. Write it down. Take a selfie. Share the photo. If you hadn't done that, that's going to be an awful fun thing for you to do. It's a lot of fun. Share those stories on your own social media platforms. The more exposure, good exposure we get, the better off we are. As I conclude, I want to leave you with some final words of encouragement. John Gordon writes, "Every day, focus on your purpose. Remember why you do what you do. We don't get burned out because of what we do. We get burned out because we forget why we do it. Never forget why we do what we do. It's why we're here, and it's why we all care." It's an honor to serve you, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Enjoy all the things that the convention has to offer, and enjoy.